Good evening. Good evening. It is randomizer time. Tonight, I am very excited to host one of my favorites. It is, of course, Sal Stefanile from 4 for 4. You know him as a lover of Alex Smith, as a Canadian, as a man who once gave fantasy advice written on a pizza box. That is who we are dealing with tonight. He also once made me eat ghost pepper chips while doing a fantasy draft, and I look forward to payback tonight.
He's the worst host I've ever seen in my life.
Tell me what to start typing. That's not low-key sick. That's high-key sick. Matthew Berry's 101 is Logan Thomas. Wow. Yeah. You're in post-production on a character named Montgomery Rush. David Montgomery the Rusher?
How the fuck did you do that?
Are you a Jimmy G girl?
Yes!
Sal. I believe the last time we did a show was last summer around this time, and we ate ghost pepper chips. Is that correct?
Yes. I did not force you. You willingly ate them?
No, I felt like I would have never have done that on my own accord. I feel like that counts as forcing me.
I think I just remember begging you to come on the randomizer in your DMs like almost every week. And like, I will not let you come on the randomizer, but I will let you come to a show where we just eat hot, spicy chips.
Sal, if I wouldn't let you come on the randomizer, would you be here right now? I feel like that's fake news. Clear the air. Clear the air.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm on the randomizer. You did invite me, and I will say the main reason I said yes to coming on the randomizer is because I'm just wondering where the hell my cool pup is, Pete. Where's my cool pup? You promised me a cool pup July 1st, 2021. There's a date on there. I still have not received this yet. Look, there's Scott. There's the cool pup I was promised.
Will you refresh my memory? First of all, the fact that you had this shirt made is absolutely incredible. Refresh everyone what happened, because I think I even need a refresher.
It was the randomizer episode with Scott Fish, the nicest person in fantasy football, maybe the whole world. I was in the replies watching the show, and one of the prompts was who should receive their flowers, and you and Scott both agreed to send me flowers. Like, I was in the chat. It was Canada Day, and I got so excited when you picked my name, and yet here we are over a year later. I even bought your randomizer merch box.
Wait, you're saying you only did that as like a quid pro quo? I scratch your back, you scratch mine?
I bought the box before I was promised flowers.
Okay, I mean, I'm going to make this right. I'm normally pretty good
Stephanie Miller remembers that. I would click on the comments to show up, but this is not my stream. Willis remembers this? I mean, this, I did not just Photoshop this. This is a real thing.
All right, my to-do list is getting updated. I need to go back, watch this, see what I promised Sal. Sal, send flowers. I might need you to send me the timestamp to that video so I can figure it out. I'm going to make this right, Sal. I don't want my reputation in this industry to be a guy who welches on his bets, on his gifts. So everyone calm down. I'm going to make this right. Look at this. Look at this. Everyone, look at this. Everyone says I've been caught red-handed. Well, Sal, we are going to do a randomizer draft tonight. I shared the link in the Discord. If you guys are randomizer royalty members here on the YouTube channel and you have unlocked that private channel in the Deposit Kingdom Discord, you can grab that link. I will share it here in a second in the YouTube chat as well, but going to give everyone first crack in the Discord. Sal, what have you been up to these days? I know you're working over at 4 for 4. You guys have been producing lots of good shows over there, but what's new in the world of Sal these days?
Just what you mentioned, producing a whole shit ton of live streams over on the 4 for 4 YouTube channel, making that go. Basically doing what you're doing now, but on the back end, so no one ever sees my face or has any idea what the hell it is I do. And watching a lot of wrestling, really.
Yeah, what's good in the wrestling world these days? Are you watching like old reruns? Are you watching contemporary wrestling? Like, what's going on there?
I watch pretty much everything that's going on now. So there's like the WWE side of things and like NXT, which has been like what I kind of like fell back in love with. But AEW is kind of like stolen my heart because I'm a huge Kenny Omega fan, but I'm also a big independent wrestling guy like GCW, AAW, like basically those types of shows. Like I fall in love with certain wrestlers and then I kind of just like follow their careers where they go.
That's I haven't, when I was a kid, I used to watch a decent amount of wrestling. I will say I haven't watched a lot of wrestling these days. I feel like I would need you to be kind of my wrestling Sherpa, maybe pointing me in the direction of what I should watch.
Well, we can just live stream. I believe Impact is on right now. Mike Bailey has a match. He's legit my favorite wrestler right now. He's Canadian. He has a pretty cool backstory I can talk about later if we have time.
You're trying to already weasel out of these randomizer prompts. You're like, oh, why don't we just go watch wrestling together? That might be a nice way to spend our evening. No, not so fast.
I have a question though before we start. Why are we giving Jason congratulations? What awesome thing happened to Jason?
Who's Jason?
The very first comment in the chat from Woman's Coin. It says, "Congrats to Jason." Like, what are we giving congrats for?
I can't see what it was. Maybe she's referring to, sometimes it shows when you become a YouTube member, it highlights that in the chat. So maybe she was referring to that. Bethany can let us know what that is in reference to. Toronto Dave has sent in $2. And I know this might seem, I don't know what the term is,
25 cents American.
Do you know Dave? I'm not saying all Canadians know each other, but I'm just wondering if this guy knows you.
Dave literally lives down the hall from me. He's watching this stream across the hall from me.
Okay, all
right. I know Dave from Twitter. Dave is a great guy. He's like on every stream. He's in the comments of like all the streams all the time, chatting it up.
All right, Sal. I'm already. We're gonna have to get rolling here. We already have lollygagged far too long. All right. It says, you can't talk for this next pick. The only mode of communication can be via words on a pizza box. Godspeed. Is he prepared? Sal, do not say anything. We are on deck right now. We're not on the clock. You can look at this board right now, see which player you want. Doesn't even have to be one at the top of the queue. This is the randomizer draft. We've been known to go off script. You're going to write this down. You're not allowed to say anything. I can only read words on the pizza box. We are on the clock. We have 27 seconds, Sal. What do you have on the box for me? Who are we taking? Are you writing a poem? Are you transcribing the Declaration of Independence? It's just a two-letter name. It's just two names. What does it say? Kelsey, no matter what. You got it. All right, you are able to talk again.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind not talking for the whole stream.
No, Sal, that is not how this works. That is not how this works.
At least they didn't ask us to draw the pick. Like, how do I draw Travis Kelsey?
Yeah, well, there might be a drawing one on here.
Oh,
all right. List off 10 professions Antonio Gibson or David Montgomery can do if football doesn't work out. And Lord knows it doesn't look like it's about to work out. Otherwise, we have to draft a Commanders or Bears RB. Sal, can I get you right now 10 professions?
All right. Wrestling manager.
Yep.
Garbage man. Randomizer, co-host, fill in.
I don't know if we have that position available. Keep going.
Hat maker.
Hat maker. Okay.
Fashion model.
Are you just looking at me and thinking of things, Sal?
Food cart owner.
Food cart owner. Okay.
Vegan cheese artisanal maker.
Okay, you're really going specific with these professions.
Candle tester.
Oh, David Montgomery would be an incredible candle tester.
Obstetrician.
Okay, that's a more traditional one there.
Nail technician.
Wow, we went from influencer to nail technician. I feel like you were doing the thing where you were just anything you could see in the vicinity, you were creating a profession.
That's how it started. Then I just started thinking of like things maybe I would be good at if I wasn't a YouTube live stream producer.
No, I mean, you could have gone far more, doctor, lawyer, banker, but you got in the weeds. You have 10 seconds to make the selection that you want here. You earned it.
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones, it is. I have bad news for Killa Gorilla here. Killa Gorilla goes, is it a BBM3 draft tonight? Killa Gorilla,
No.
buckle up, buddy. Buckle up. It's like a BBM3 draft, except instead of there being $2 million top prize, there is a $20 top prize. And instead of trying to draft the best players, we are going to let prompts as sent in by you, the people, and some of them written by me, determine what Sal has to do for every one of these picks. Sal, am I a bad host? I sometimes don't even set up the premise of the show at the top for people coming by and wondering what's going on.
I think, honestly, you came up with the best idea for a fantasy football show in the history of fantasy football because you outsource the most important work to the audience. Like, all you have to do is hit start broadcast and then spin a wheel. They do all the heavy lifting.
Don't make it seem that easy, Sal. But you are right. I did come up with a little bit. This is a classic engagement farmer hack. You put it out there. Hey, what are some prompts I should add to the wheel? Next thing you know, pulling this show together in about 15 minutes. No, that's not true, Sal. The people come up with very good suggestions.
You're looking for the community engagement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, let's make sure that we don't get behind the 8 ball on these prompts, as I am sometimes.
That's fine with me.
No.
Can I ask you a question after this?
Yeah.
Is fun. Okay. I don't want to take up all of your hosting time.
Okay. Pick a fantasy analyst to impersonate for this next selection.
Oh, God.
Go full method acting. Is there anyone you can think of that you would like to impersonate? And look, it doesn't have to be the vocal stuff necessarily. It could be their mannerisms. It could be their takes. I just want you to really get inside the mind of a fantasy analyst. And maybe you don't tell us and we try to figure it out.
All right. God damn all these best ball bros and their zero RB drafting, making me fucking take a player I did not want to take because all they keep doing is talking about how zero running back is the fucking strategy and they don't even mow their own goddamn lawn. I've been out here trying to fucking pimp out the big dog as the 101 for years, and I can't even do that anymore. I don't even know what is going on with these best ball pros dumbing up the algorithm on underdog. I swear to God, Pete, if I end up in one more draft where I see a team take 8 receivers before they take 1 running back, I am deleting my underdog account.
It feels like you're calling me a spreadsheet socialist, Evan. Is that what I am to you, Evan? I'm just a spreadsheet socialist, another one of these betas out here ruining America by drafting wide receivers instead of running backs.
That's what you're going to call yourself? I didn't say it.
Very well done. That was incredible. You perfectly inhabited the Evan Silva ethos. He was on full display last night, tilting during an ETR live stream draft. I assume you caught a second or two of that?
I just saw the clip that was on Twitter.
Yeah. Yes. John Warner posted.
We love Evan here.
Of course we love Evan. He just was on massive mega tilt last night.
Except when he's a randomizer guest.
All right. You earned that with your Silva impersonation. Who would you like to take here?
Let's take Leonard Fournette.
Leonard Fournette, look at that value. Sal, do you want to let out a little value hound howl to the moon here? Leonard Fournette, 9 picks after ADP.
No, but I do have a value hound story I can share with the audience.
Okay, we're building up.
Okay.
No,
right,
sorry. We now have something you need to ask me and a value hound story, but we also can't get behind on our prompts here. All right. We're going to have to make quick work here. So Sal famously loves the movie Roadhouse. Share with us the outline for a fantasy football themed sequel of Roadhouse. If the chat is intrigued, draft whoever, otherwise take Braxton Berrios.
So the Double Deuce now is a sports bar that also hosts fantasy football tournaments. These tournaments are so popular, everybody in the town wants in on the action. But the bar is so small, they have to hire a cooler to make sure only the best of the best are allowed entry into these prestige fantasy football tournaments, so they know that they can afford the buy-ins. And that person is played by Rob McElhenney.
And what is the cooler's job? Who is the cooler cooling? Because that's more of a casino thing.
No, the head bouncer, Patrick Swayze, Dalton.
Yeah.
They refer to him as a cooler. The head bouncer is a cooler. That's what they call him in the movie. So basically, we have a bouncer deciding who gets to play high stakes fantasy football in the new and improved Double Deuce.
It is clear that so we have a not intrigued from Toronto Dave. He turned on you. No more Canadian allegiances. Caleb saying not intrigued. Nick on the fence. Rob's intrigued. I need one more vote. Okay. Intrigued. If we get one more intrigued, you get to pick who you want. I'm going to put Braxton Berrios in the queue just in case you don't decide who you want here. Who's the pick going to be?
If we get to actually, I can't see the queue. Or Allen Robinson.
Did I get it in time for you? No, I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't intrigued. I ruined your nice randomizer start with Braxton Berrios. Did you see the representation of Braxton Berrios in the Madden game?
I think I saw like they just made him like very disfigured. Is that what it is?
I'll show you. He looks like from Central Casting on the Sopranos. I linked to it today, the Fantasy Life newsletter. Here it is. This is Braxton Berrios in Madden there.
Didn't someone say he was like a character actor on The Sopranos or something?
Yeah,
like that?
exactly. Yeah, like a Sopranos reject there. So
there's Kevin Tompkins, my good buddy J. Mike, Eddie Rodriguez. Where were they before when we needed all these intrigue answers?
I'm telling you, people were on the fence. They came in after the fact. All right, let's catch up on this. First of all, what's your value hound story? I need that one.
Oh, you're right. So we hosted a live Scott Fish Bowl in Vancouver. And I can't remember who the pick was that was made, but all of a sudden the whole room erupted in a value hound chant.
Really?
Yeah, 100% not lying. If anybody in that draft is watching this show right now, please vouch for me. I know like Jacob Sanderson was there. The DFB bean counter was there.
That's incredible. I'm very honored and humbled to hear the value hound ethos sweeping the nation. That sounds incredible. And what was the thing? What was the thing you were going to ask me?
I honestly don't remember anymore.
Okay, all right.
You're big in Canada. That's the story.
I'm big in Canada. I'm like David Hasselhoff in Germany. I'm big in Canadian fantasy football rooms. So you're saying the cooler would let me into one of those drafts?
How would they turn you away?
That was the you said the Scott Fish Bowl.
We did a lot of Scott Fish Bowl in Vancouver, like one in person.
That's sweet. What was it like? What was did the Canadians all live up to their very friendly names?
Oh, 100%. It was the first time I saw anybody in like 3+ years. That wasn't my family.
Yeah. It's who else did you say was there?
Jacob Sanderson was there.
Yeah.
DFB bean counter.
Okay.
Travis and Ty from the North Fantasy Football, I want to say.
Nice.
TNFF.
Very
it was really cool. Scott bringing us together.
Yeah.
Making us leave our house for a good cause.
There you go. All right. I remember seeing this prompt come in. You have to name 10 types of cheese or draft Ronald Jones with your next pick. And also just let people know, what is your, you have the pizza boxes here. What is your relationship to pizza? Family biz?
Yeah, so my parents had a pizza stand out at a property back home. I helped kind of manage that for a little bit. One day I got really super bored and I just started writing fantasy advice on pizza boxes.
Incredible. All right. I won't waste too much of your time here. So I don't Braxton Berrios you again. 10 cheeses on the clock now, okay. Sal.
So there's Gouda.
Yeah.
Emmenthal.
Okay.
Gruyere.
Whoa.
Mozzarella.
Okay.
Marble.
Yeah.
Cheddar.
Yeah.
Old cheddar.
Okay.
Medium cheddar.
Oh, no. I'm not allowing.
Parmesan.
Parmesan. Yeah.
Swiss.
Swiss is a good one.
How many more do I need?
You need one more if we're allowing double cheddar.
Burrata.
Okay. All right. Very nice. Yeah, I would say I'm trying to think of any other chalk cheese that you missed. Maybe blue cheese.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like blue cheese though. Gargonzola.
Wow. Look at this is how quickly TikTok goes. That was my suggestion, and then immediately says weak. I assume referring to the triple cheddar, but I think you got there.
Well, you took it out. You didn't let me use it.
Yeah, I didn't let you use triple cheddar. I let you go double cheddar. All right, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna get this next prompt going. Although you do get to pick your selection here in the 5th round. Oh, this is you got off the hook on this one on a short turn. You need to say sweetie pie at the end of every sentence before making this next selection. Otherwise, draft Tommy Sweeney Pie. Sal, I swear to God, if you forget to say sweetie pie at the end of every sentence between now and our next pick, you're going to
Who is Tommy Sweeney, Sweetie Pie? I swear I've never heard of this player in my life, Sweetie Pie. Does he even play in the NFL, my Sweetie Pie? I try to remember every single player I've seen on TV, Sweetie Pie, but I honestly...
Real quick, I'll answer your Tommy Sweetie Pie questions in a second, but who's going to be the pick for this first prompt on the cheese prompt? You get to pick whoever.
Let's go with Darnell Mooney. ... Sweetie Pie.
Tommy Sweeney is a tight end, and I'm kind of shocked because you are a known, you're a 2 QB aficionado, but you're also an obscure tight end aficionado. So the fact that you don't know Tommy Sweeney Pie is pretty shocking.
But the thing is, I only know Travis Kelce, Darren Waller, and Mark Andrews because I only draft 3 tight ends in the first 3 rounds of drafts, and then I just stopped drafting tight ends. Sweetie Pie.
Okay, all right.
Is this prompt almost over, Sweetie Pie?
Why do you keep calling me Sweetie Pie, Sal? I mean, I don't hate it. I'm just kind of curious. Why do you keep doing that?
Has no one ever called you Sweetie Pie on a stream before, my Sweetie Pie?
I've gotten, sometimes I'll get a sweetie. Sometimes you'll get like an older lady who will do it in almost like a derogatory way, like, okay, sweetie, yeah. But I've never had a grown man call me Sweetie Pie so many times within such a short period of time, Sal.
Maybe we should try bringing the term Sweetie Pie to the Twitterverse so people just start calling people Sweetie Pies instead of just using swear words to yell them out all the time. Sweetie Pie.
You know how like a really, powerful response to someone on Twitter is you're like, okay, brother, okay, chief, all right, pal. Maybe you just make okay, Sweetie Pie a thing.
I think we could try doing that, my Sweetie Pie. We are on the clock. There's only 20 seconds left, my Sweetie Pie. I do really like the term pal. I do say that a lot, my Sweetie Pie, but I try to do it affectionately, Sweetie Pie. I think for this pick, maybe we take Jalen Hurts because he seems like a Sweetie Pie. Don't you think, my Sweetie Pie?
You nailed it. We're going to get this selection in. Also, I want everyone from now for the end of eternity to respond to Sal's tweets with okay, Sweetie Pie, okay? Give him that sweet engagement, a little randomizer callback here and there. Well done, my very Sweetie Pie.
I don't know about you, but I'm very tempted to say Sweeney Todd a lot.
Sweeney Todd, yeah. Yeah.
Is this another randomizer bit that I'm not aware of, or is this the person that made that prompt just really like Todd Sweeney?
So, if you want to know how the sausage got made on that one,
yes,
that was
I do.
my prompt. That was my prompt. I don't know where the inspiration came from. I just thought it would be fun to have you say. I think because I was thinking pizzas, and then I was thinking pies, and then I was thinking sweetie pies, and then Tommy Sweeney, Tommy Sweetie. Don't ask me how I get my ideas, Sal. They just come. So
be real with me. Like I saw the tweet that went out asking for prompts, and it was like 3 prompts and like 300 pizza player pun names. How many prompts did you have to add to the wheel?
Not that many, because there's 2 ways that I get prompts, and the way this works out is because the ones on Twitter you get to see. And so sometimes that allows you to prep. You can start looking up cheeses on Wikipedia. The options are really endless there. Whereas in the randomizer prompts, people in the Discord submit those via Google form. And that way it keeps a decent amount shielded from your eyes. And that's how I like it. I can't have you going into a randomizer stream knowing everything to expect.
No, I get that because I really didn't want to read any of the prompts. I wanted to be completely surprised, but it's so tempting to see what people want you to do on these streams.
It is true. It's a real reflection of what your personal brand is. Because once you see all the things that people ask questions about, like Ian Harditz was on a couple weeks ago, and he was still getting like 19 chopper tweet references. And he stopped doing that like 18 months ago. It was like, man, that thing was so strong with his brand that people a year and a half later are still begging for the chopper tweets.
I know people can't see our names on the screen right now, but I just want to give a shout out to the John Daigle episode of the Randomizer. That was like 100% Hall of Fame performance in the Randomizer history. I legit thought you could have ended the series after that episode.
You know, it was very fitting. Daigle and Silva, the odd couple, former roommates, and Silva notoriously has the worst episode in randomizer history, a man who decided basically not to buy into the premise of the show one iota, followed by Daigle, a man who I could have told to, I don't know, jump off the roof of his building, and it seems like he might have done it. So yes, it was an all-time historic randomizer performance by Daigle. He was built for this show, but Sal, you are crushing it as well, so do not sell yourself short.
But sticking with the Daigle theme, I was so excited. Well, first, I was very sad at the start of that show because Daigle specifically singled out my prompt as being one prompt he did not want to do during the stream. And then that prompt actually came up, and I was so excited to see that prompt in action. And he's like, no, I'm not doing it. It's the only blemish on his almost perfect record from that show.
I know. I was shocked on that one, honestly. All right, phone a friend, Sal. You need to call someone in fantasy to make this selection. However, you must immediately start the call with a knock-knock joke. You can't say, hey, it's Sal. You need to rip a knock-knock joke right after the start, and then you can ask them to make this selection.
Any knock-knock joke?
Any knock-knock joke. Yep.
Okay. I don't know any knock-knock jokes. I also don't have that many people in fantasy on my phone. I'm going to call Denny Carter. I'm not going to show his number. I hope it's the same number because I haven't talked to him in a while, but just so you know, there's Denny Carter. I'm going to put him on speaker.
Yeah, speaker's perfect.
Nope. That did not happen. Let's see who else I think I have.
Oh, no. Is Canada not allowing phone calls to cross the border these days? The COVID policy shut down? Okay,
let's see if Reeves picks up.
Yeah.
Calling.
Yeah.
How much time do we have left? People might not pick up because I like.
Oh no! Yeah, we're running out of time here. This prompt didn't come with a punishment though. It could be it could be a take back for the Braxton Berrios one. Might be a make good.
Oh, we already did draft Braxton Berrios. No, Rich isn't picking up either. Oh no! Oh, now when it finally started ringing.
Here we go.
It took forever to ring.
Who do you want if he answers here?
If he does answer, I don't know. Who are some good players? Is Kyle Pitts still available? you don't show the board. I don't know.
I'm showing you now.
And Ramondre Stevenson.
Okay.
It went to voicemail.
All right. So we failed this prompt, but this was a make good for the Braxton Berrios misclick because the chat did say they were intrigued by your fantasy football themed Roadhouse script. So I'm going to give this one back to you, and we're going to spin again here for this 8th round pick. Oh boy. Did you see this one come in?
I remember seeing this one because someone mentioned the chat, the lyrics had changed, and I had no idea. So I'm going to sing the version that I know. As best as I can.
You sing the version you know. Go for it. The floor is all yours. I'll pretend like I'm standing.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, and all thy sons command with glowing hearts. We see thee rise, our true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, We stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Holy cow, Sal. My goodness. I did not know you were going to hit the upper levels of that registry. 12 seconds to make the pick that you earned.
Chase Edmonds.
Chase Edmonds, it is. Well done, Sal. Bravo. Bravo. Look at this. We're shedding a single tear. Erection material. Fucking incredible. Beautiful.
This is my Tony Kornheiser moment.
It just absolutely bring it home. Beautiful. My God. Incredible. Toronto Dave cried real tears. Look at this, Sal. Little did I know that to bring you out of your reserved, quiet, humble shell was just a prompt to sing the Canadian National Anthem.
There's two Canadian anthem stories in my life. The first one is from junior kindergarten through grade 8. We had to sing the national anthem every single morning in English and French.
Two languages, not two classes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, 2 languages. So that took up like 10, 12 years of my life. And second, I've recently become a fan of our local MLS soccer team, the Vancouver Whitecaps. And so they've been singing the anthem every game, starting up. So I have had some inspiration in my life. Incredible. I didn't get all the lyrics wrong because, like we mentioned, the lyrics have changed. So I sang the old version as best as I could.
I am, on the other hand, one of the world's worst singers. I have zero tone, zero pitch. The other day, Lauren and I were watching Better Call Saul, and this is no spoilers, but there was a scene where he was singing in the car, and it was pretty bad. And I asked Lauren, Bob Odenkirk or me, who's the worst singer? And she just said me. And like, it was pretty bad. It wasn't that great. So anyone who has that kind of talent, I'm extremely jealous of. Absolute bravo there. Your country should be proud of what you just did for them tonight.
I came trying to bring my A game to the randomizer because I know this will be the only time in my life I'll be on this show.
Sal, I mean, you're being so hard on yourself. First of all,
no, but you don't need sequel.
We got some giveaways now. Quick, chat.
Oh, yes.
Ready. Pro 4for4 subscription. Name a wrestler whose character was having a job, and Sal will pick a winner. Any other context needed for this, Sal, as people try to get this in?
Just name a wrestler whose character was an occupation. I'll pick someone randomly or whoever has the best answer.
I got a bunch, but I don't want to spoil. And I'm not even a wrestler guy.
Mid-90s wrestler was all about the characters and all about the
Who's going to be first? Who is going to be first? This is for a Pro 4for4. Is IRS the name of a wrestler?
Erwin Arsheister, a taxman.
Holy
who was
cow.
the tag team partner of Ted DiBiase.
We have 2 Undertakers here.
We got
Ultimate Warrior.
TL Hopper. Can you guess what job TL Hopper did, Pete?
Did he fly a helicopter? I don't know.
He was a plumber.
So who wins? Does IRS? Does J-Mike win here?
Honestly, I did not think anybody was going to say TL Hopper. So as much as I love J-Mike is my man, he's my dude, I have to go with Kevin and TL Hopper because that's just a fantastic answer.
What's the value? What's a 4for4 sub going for these days?
I believe the retail value is $69.99.
Very nice. Very nice. Congratulations, Kevin Tompkins.
You
now have a sub to 4for4. Thank you for getting that. And I will say there are a couple more prizes still on the wheel if they were to happen to come up. How about this as a consolation prize for J-Mike? What if we let J-Mike make this selection as our
do it. Here? Yes. J-Mike, tell us who we should draft.
All right, J-Mike,
while J-Mike does that, I will say anybody who does win a prize, DM me on Twitter, either salpow2 or email me, sal@4for4.com, and I'll make sure you get your prize.
There you go. Sal is going to fulfill these prizes. Kevin, slide into those DMs. J Mike, we need your selection here on the clock, your consolation prize. You can do anything. If you want to have him take Alex Smith, you can do that. If you want to be a benevolent chat member,
Alex Smith isn't even
that
the
as well.
player queue, and I know that because I've looked for him.
No. I got autopiloted.
Well, who do we
Got
get
Damian Harris.
autopilot?
J Mike, will you write Damian Harris? No, J Mike, scratch this. J Mike, will you write Damian Harris in the chat? Will you please clean this up? Will you just write, J Mike, I'm just begging you, just write 2 little words, Damian Harris in the chat, okay? It'll smooth things over.
At least according to the value in fantasy, we got the better New England Patriots running back earlier.
Oh my God, we did a little hand cucking tonight on your stream, and we need to spin. Oh my God, I'm unraveling as a host.
See, J Mike said he meant Damian.
Dang, see, I knew it. Here we go. Sal, for years, your favorite tight end was Troy Fumagalli. Prove you're still the ultimate fan by telling us what team he's on now. Otherwise, draft Tim Tebow.
I actually like Tim Tebow, so I'm going to give an incorrect answer so we can draft Tim Tebow.
Sal, are you really not know who your favorite tight end, what team? He signed in free agency earlier this spring with a team.
No, I honestly, I had to cancel my Troy Fumagalli alerts once the turnover was canceled. We stopped doing that. I know at one point he went, no. Well, I can at least guess and hope it's right.
Yeah,
like,
who's
a team that needs a tight end? The New York Giants.
So the answer is actually the San Francisco 49ers. He's one George Kittle / Ross Dwelley / whoever else is on that team injury away from being very relevant. Sal, let people know, because I barely even remember the bit. So back, one of the first non-Man's video things I did content-wise was the turnover, a show you and I worked on for 4 for 4. How did the Troy Fumagalli bit start with us?
I think the first thing is we just really loved his name, the Fumagalli part of Troy Fumagalli, and we just wanted some random player that we would just give updates on every week, and we settled on him.
That's right. We said we would do the bit where we would always check in on him, and there often wasn't a lot of news, but when our Google alerts did hit, it was like, Troy Fumagalli had a good day at training camp today. We would just lose our minds because we're like, this segment needs something to talk about.
It was a great bit. He lasted for a while. We thought he would get cut after week 2 of training camp.
That was a very fun show we worked on. It was one of those classic things that we do where we spend just an insane amount of time on something that gets seen by so few people. But that's how it goes, right? Your internet's breaking up just a little bit right now, Sal.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on. Do you want me to leave and come back?
I do not want you to leave, Sal. That's the last thing I want you to do right now.
I'm literally right beside the router.
It's okay. Do you think it's Toronto Dave? Do you think he's maybe
he's hacking the internet?
Yeah, might be. Yeah, that was funny too. I remember for the turnover, that was when I did a boots on the ground trip to Patriots training camp. We had some fun bits from that. We did children's story time where we wrote children's stories about the best offenses in the league. And I remember, if you go back and watch that, Sal, this was coming after Josh Allen, or before Josh Allen's rookie year, or whatever, before the year he broke out. And we were fudding him pretty hard on there. And so that take did not age well because Josh Allen went on to have a monstrous fantasy season.
I just remember you going and eating avocado cake in honor of Tom Brady.
That is true. Yeah, by avocado cake, I mean I bought a cake and then put an avocado directly on top of it and ate it. All right, here we go, Sal.
And look at us now.
The founder of 2QBs.com. So you need to prove that you're a 2QB thought leader by naming 4 the 4 backup QBs in the AFC West. Otherwise, draft a third string QB. Can you do this?
2 QB thought leader days are over.
Oh no.
AFC West.
We could give you, the Broncos, the Chargers, the Chiefs.
Damn, yeah, no, I've completely given up on being a credible fantasy analyst. I've stopped researching all things fantasy.
I'm pulling these up right now just to see what are in the realm here.
I know for the longest time the Chiefs had one of like those old backup dudes like Chad Henne. I'm not sure if it's still him or not. They finally gave up on the Chad Henne train.
They did not give up on the Chad Henne train. He is still second on the depth chart right there.
I definitely, then there's the Chiefs, so there's Broncos. Oh God.
The Broncos backup quarterback is one of the most journeyman quarterbacks in the league. I believe there was a graphic of him circulating on Twitter the other day. He was on like 16 different teams.
Was it Josh Johnson?
Yes. Okay.
If you give me hints, I can try.
All right. So you got the Broncos. The Chargers won. Trying to think if I have a good clue for this one. I believe he was on the Cowboys, the Bears for a hot minute. Do we lose you, Sal?
No, is it?
We are on the clock, so we're gonna have to take a third string
quarterback. Is it Andy Dalton? No, he's on the Saints.
It was Chase Daniel.
Okay. Well, let's see the backup take a third string.
Okay. Hang on, I need to get you your punishment real quick here. Nick Mullins, the third string quarterback for. What happened to your video, Sal?
It's just really weird because I'm lagging, so I just put a cover on so no one can just see choppy footage of me.
No.
Should I legit leave and then come back right away?
No, you're fine. Okay. All right. So we didn't pass the 2 QB thought leader test. That's all right. Ooh, this question came in from Waz. This might as well have been, I don't know, Chinese. There was no way I was understanding this. He said, guess the number of rain days, REIGN, of the 5 lineal AEW World Champions combined, plus or minus 11 days. If failed, never draft Alex Smith. Will you talk out what this is even asking?
All right, so basically he wants me to list the number of days each wrestler has been champion in AEW. There's been 5 champions in the history of AEW. There's Chris Jericho. There was John Moxley. There was Kenny Omega. There was Adam Hangman Page, and then there was CM Punk. So I can like guesstimate each and then try to come up with an answer from there.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go with Chris Jericho. It's like say 200.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with John Moxley like 150. So that's 350. Kenny Omega had like a really long reign, so I'm gonna go like 400. So it's 750.
Yeah.
Then Adam Hangman Page was kind of short, but I can't remember exactly how short it was. So I'll say 100 up to 80.
What?
And then CM Punk, he was injured, but technically they never took the belt off him. That's why he said lineal, because he still has the belt. But then they had an interim championship tournament. That doesn't count. So I'm gonna go with like another. I'll tack on another 100. So that's my guess will be like 950.
Holy shit, that was pretty good. The exact answer, 1,083. He thought a good answer range 1,072 to 1,094. So you were firmly in the ballpark on all of these. So congratulations, but you are now not allowed to draft Alex Smith.
I was gonna bump it up to 1,000 just to like kind of play it safe.
I think it was pretty impressive. I mean, it was a very tough question. You did just get.
It's a great question.
It really was. You did get auto drafted Cole Kmet though as your tight end 3 with Travis Kelce and Tim Tebow.
Is Justin Fields still on the board? Because we should maybe do a triple stack now that we have
Yes,
the,
although he's
the powerhouse Bears offensive weapons.
I know Lou is incredibly impressed, as is Rob. I mean, if anyone, like personally, I was not doubting your wrestling fandom heading into this, but if anyone was doubting it, they certainly should not be after that. Holy shit,
You're
Sal.
like, I was not kidding.
Oh no, we're losing you again, Sal. We're losing you. Too much mental brain power being used over there. It's sucking away from your internet. Sal, why don't you refresh your browser and come back in?
All right.
All right. Sal's going to come back in. Sal's team through 12 rounds. Jalen Hurts and Nick Mullins at quarterback. Not bad, right? Jalen Hurts, your anchor. Maybe Nick Mullins is the guy you need. At running back, Aaron Jones, Leonard Fournette, Ramondre Stevenson, Chase Edmonds, Damian Harris. I didn't strike Sal as a handcucker, but it happened. All right. Nice ADP value, though. Only 2 wide receivers, Braxton Berrios and Darnell Mooney. Now, some might say this is a weak wide receiver room. Those people might just not be aware that what if 2 really bad wide receivers is what you need. Sorry, Darnell Mooney. And tight end, Travis Kelce, Tim Tebow, Cole Kmet. Sal, you are back. Did it fix?
I switched to my personal hotspot.
Ooh, we're on the hotspot, baby.
This is legit the first time my Wi-Fi has done that. Because I'm on StreamYard every single day of my life.
This is unreal, Sal. The randomizer gods conspiring against you. Okay, here we go. Ooh, just past, I believe, one of the giveaways. All right, we can't draft Alex Smith, but we can draft someone with either Alex or Smith in their name. I could cheat and just, right at the top of the queue, Irv Smith is sitting there. I doubt he's going to make it back. I'm going to scroll down and you tell me when you see an Alex or Smith that you might like to take here. Talk it out here. Talk it out. Alec Pierce, no. Corey Davis, no.
Man.
Wait, was there? Oh, see, here's the thing. I was thinking Alec Pierce. I don't think is that going to count? Chat, let us know. Does Alec count for Alex? I don't know if it does. There has to be a bunch more Smiths, right? Did I lose you, Sal? Oh, no. I thought Sal was just deep in pensive thought, but I think he froze again. Ooh, Jonnu Smith. That's a good one. No one's taken Irv yet. Let's go the cheating way while Sal's frozen. We have Alex Collins, Alex Erickson, Alex Taylor, Alex Ellis, Alex Bachman, Alex Arma. How many Smiths do we have here? How many Smiths? Sal, you're on the
Jonnu Smith.
Jonnu.
No, Alex Tanney.
Alex Tanney is who you want?
Tanney, yeah.
Okay. What's the lowdown on Alex Tanney?
I once sent out a tweet. This is when 2 QBs was still a thing. So, it'd be really cool to have retired quarterbacks write about fantasy. And he followed and DM'd me.
Seriously?
I specifically put his name in the tweet. And then I'm like, yeah, you should come write about football when you're done. And then he just never talked to me ever again.
I like that. You're watching like the NFL broadcast where they get the former players and you're like, how can we replicate this but for fantasy content? We hire. All right. Make your selection by recreating the scene in Lost where Charlie writes "not Penny's boat" on his hand. So this involves writing the player you want. For anyone familiar.
So I just have to write a player on my arm.
Yes. And also if you want to, kind of channel Charlie here from this infamous scene from Lost. And I'll take a look at the board here too.
I don't know who Charlie is. I never watched Lost.
This was a famous scene here where he's trapped.
Okay.
You need to pretend like you're about to drown in a boat.
My pen doesn't work, so just pretend that I'm writing a player on my hand because I don't want to use this permanent marker.
Wow. Not willing to commit to the bit.
All right. How am I supposed to explain that I have permanent marker on my hand now, Pete?
Sal, how do you think I have to explain everything I do in this room to my wife every night? You'll find a way.
So what does he do? He just dies in a boat?
Basically. But he had to relay this information on Sal. Who is this pick? So you got to put it up to
Oh yeah, I have a blurry camera. Hold on.
Okay, yeah. Let's see here. Okay. What does this
basically
say?
Anybody.
Get it closer. Get it even closer. Not Geno Smith. Not Penny's vote. Not
so he swims and then he drowns.
Okay. Who do you want? I mean, the haters might say you need a wide receiver, but this is your randomizer draft. There you go. Sal, who do you want? Anyone but Geno Smith? I'm going to draft you KJ Hamler. I'm going to draft you KJ Hamler after that impressive performance.
Was that close enough?
That was. You know, people were getting nervous you weren't going to commit, and then you went and fully committed.
Now that I'm up, I'm going to go get a drink. So you can draft anybody
who's
who's not Geno Smith.
No, you got it. You got a little bit of time here on this wrap coming back. Exactly. David says Daigle just about tattooed himself on his neck. A little Sharpie won't kill you. A week ago at this time, Sal.
David's true.
A week ago at this time, I got drunk and took my shirt off for money. So we've all made mistakes on this show, okay? Just what happens.
The real thing is like I can't swim, so I am afraid of drowning.
You can't swim.
I don't know how to swim.
So I take it you never took swim lessons? You just never had any desire?
Nope.
It's kind of like my grandma. My grandma's 94. She never learned how to drive. I mean, she wouldn't be driving now even if she could, but just decided, nah, I don't need that. It's a pretty good gig for her. She just got driven around her whole life.
I bought this drink in honor of you. I've never had it before. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a fucking disgusting beverage. It's Flaming Hot Mountain Dew in honor of our Ghost Pepper chip days.
I am disgusted. I'm horrified. Please give us, walk us through how this tastes.
So it's got like an orangish red look to it. Let's see. It says Mountain Dew Flaming Hot Dew with a blast of heat and citrus. I just want to know what was going through Mountain Dew's head when they came up with this.
You were the target demo, a guest on the randomizer doing a callback to a Ghost Pepper Chip Challenge.
There's a little bit of like lime and like a hint of jalapeno to it. It is definitely not hot.
That sounds so. Is it almost like it sounds disgusting?
It really is not that good.
Is it like beer with tomato juice, basically?
Oh God, that might be even worse.
Okay. Here, speaking of spicy, chat, give us your spiciest fantasy take for 2022. If the chat thinks it's spicy enough, draft whoever you want. If not, go grab something spicy to eat on stream.
In addition to drinking this Mountain Dew.
In addition, I'm sorry, you blew your load on that one. If you would have waited, it probably would have counted. But since you already did that one, it doesn't count. So we need a spicy fantasy take from you.
The good thing is I actually did buy a bunch of spicy stuff just for this stream.
Good.
Okay, my spiciest take for fantasy football is that Jonathan Taylor will not only not finish as a fantasy football RB1,
so not top 12.
Not top 12. He is going to finish outside of the top 50 in running backs.
Top 50 or
top
15?
50, 5-0.
That is it. Are you saying this happens without even an injury?
Yeah, this is going to have a horrible season.
Complete bust.
Because eventually people are going to realize that Matt Ryan cannot throw that far, and it's going to be dump off after dump off to Nyheim Hines, who will eventually finish as the RB1 overall.
I mean, the chat is getting, the spicy tingles just from this. My goodness, holy guacamole, flaming hot. Have you put this take on Twitter yet?
I mean, even if I did, no one would read it.
Sal, you know what they'd all say? They'd go, "Okay, sweetie pie."
Sweetie.
Okay,
Oh, sweetie pie.
Oh my goodness. That is just absolutely flaming hot. Shit. God damn it, Sal. I just auto drafted Van Jefferson for you after that flaming hot take.
I'm going to prove to Waz. He said I definitely didn't want anything spicy. I have no problem eating anything spicy. I'm going to grab the same chips that we had last year, Pete, and eat one on camera just for Waz.
Okay. All right. He's going to go get one. I am legally obligated to read every super chat I get. This seems a little off topic. Pete, hot take. Why doesn't the NFT community super chat? They seem to hate creators. I mean, fantasy degens aren't much better. Thoughts? I never pondered this. I don't think I watch enough NFT YouTube streams to notice the lack of super chatting. Honestly, the super chats are not even remotely required. They're just a very nice thing. But thank you for that, Top Shot Tesla. Sal, you are now.
If you want to see a super chat community in action, you need to watch some of the Fightful live streams. There's people out there throwing $5, $20, $10 all the time for the whole stream.
Without the host taking their shirt off?
Yeah. Some of them pay to have their questions answered. Like they just here's $5, answer my question, please. Wow.
There you go. How are those chips, sweetie pie?
They're not as spicy as you made them out to be, sweetie pie. I also bought this like extra hot sriracha chocolate. I had no idea where this stream was going to go, so I want to try to be as prepared as possible.
Hang on, Sal. Sal goes, I had no idea where this stream was going to go while wearing a shirt he made specifically.
Well, this is because I want my cool pup. Give me my cool pup, Pete.
Hang on, you get to make a pick. I want my cool pup T-shirt. Is
I
what
will send you a T-shirt. I'll autograph it.
What pick who do you want to take?
We need.
You want a wide receiver?
Our team is actually really good, so it's kind of hard to improve upon it immensely.
I just put Will. I take Will Fuller in every draft, so I just decided if you're not going to tell me who to pick for you, I'll give you Will Fuller.
Okay, but this is my draft. Like I do these prompts to make the picks, Pete.
I know. I would have made one. You wanted, sweetie.
You didn't give me a chance to look at the players.
Sweetie, you were too busy showing me off the 19 spicy things you bought at the show. Oh my goodness! Guys, I'm trying to give it to him. I asked him who he wanted.
First, I don't get a cool pup. Now I don't get to make a pick. What the hell, Pete? Like, come on.
I can't believe that. I thought I was going to invite you on the show and we're going to have a great time. I didn't know you were going to paint me out as the bad guy.
I'm having a great time, sweetie pie. Are you not?
I was until my character was defamed. The chat turned on me.
The chat will never turn on you. They love you.
Oh, they turn on me. They'll turn on me. Hang out in this chat long enough, they'll turn on you for sure.
I do. Okay, here's a question for you. Am I the first person to go from chat reply guy to randomizer guest?
No. Ian Harditz. Okay, and I'll be completely honest. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I need inspiration for who to invite on the show, and I'm kidding you not. The week before I asked John Daigle, he was in the chat commenting. I believe it was the Norris episode, maybe, or I forget who it was. He was commenting on there. And then when I had Harditz on, he was in the chat commenting, I believe, on the Daigle episode. And I was like, oh, Harditz. So sometimes the chat is actually the best way to remind me that, hey, you might enjoy being on the show. So I will say that's not the...
Did I become the first person to go from buying a randomizer merch box to being on the show? Because I bought that box for the tickets to get on the show. I never won.
No, Silas was the winner of our randomizer box giveaway last year. Rob Coakley won as well, although we drafted a big dog team instead of a randomizer. So again, Sal, you keep trying. You know, I know you want to be special. You want to be the first for all these things, but I can't tell you it's the truth. Lou, this is a good question. How many randomizers are left? I think it can't be more than 3 or 4. I do know next week. So in both tonight and next week, so we're doing main event drafts over on Ship Chasing. And so next week, I'm going to have my buddy my co-host, my dear friend Pat Corain, who I've done content with forever.
What a sweetie pie that guy is.
He really is, but I've never had him on the randomizer. That has been kind of the theme of the randomizer this year. Is normally I will get like a lot of guests that I normally don't do stuff with. And this year was, let's get a lot of people that I work with regularly. We had Davis on for the first time. I did it with Spags. And now we're going to have Corain next Thursday, but we're going to go back to back from doing the randomizer stream to doing a ship chasing main event draft. So that is the deal there. But Sal, you have been an absolute, dare I say, sweetie pie delight tonight. And you have 2 more picks, 2 more wheel spins.
Can we just do another draft after this? Do we have enough prompts?
I wish we could, but like I said, I have a main event draft.
Can I just host a randomizer and pick someone from the chat? Okay.
We got another
All right, here we go.
giveaway. Betting 4for4 subscription.
This is worth almost $300.
Give your best guess as to what the WrestleMania 39 main event will be. Most unique wins. And what the 4for4 betting subscription? That costs some, dare I say, cheddar?
It's $229. It legit gets you everything 4for4 has to offer. Betting picks, DFS, John Paulson's rankings, all the premium content, access to Discord, like everything 4for4 has to offer.
Yeah. While these chats are coming in, Top Shot, thank you again for the super chat. The NFL all day. I will say tune in on Tuesday for Club Top Shot. We're having Dave Feldman on, who's the director of marketing for NFL all day. We're going to talk obviously a lot about what they're doing. And yeah, I know you're referencing their massive marketing blitz today. So I think NFL all day is doing some interesting things, but we will save that for CTS on Tuesday. We do have some guesses coming in. Roman Reigns versus the Usos, Undertaker versus The Rock, Logan Paul versus Jake Paul, Logan Paul versus Frank Gore.
Keep them coming. Like,
keep them coming here.
They don't even have to be wrestlers. They can just be random people.
All right, Sal, because you've missed on so many picks, you have 10 seconds to make the pick that you want to make.
Gus Edwards. I can only pick who I see on the screen, Pete.
I know, Sal. It's it's really tough.
All right.
Okay.
Can we put Taysom Hill in the queue?
We can. We absolutely can put Taysom Hill in the queue. Let's do another spin here. Oh no, Taysom Hill's been drafted, Sal. Taysom Hill has been drafted. Peter Overzet versus Pat McAfee. Mans versus women. Silva versus Grass. These are good. Edge versus Orton. Barkley versus ADP. All right, your last prompt, and then we'll come back to the giveaway. Create a haiku to hint to Pete who to draft. No names or teams allowed. If he guesses wrong, pick the player who is 57 and a half spots away from the current ADP. Can you write a haiku on the spot, Sal?
I cannot. Can I just like say a haiku to you?
Sure.
Like
but it has to hint who you want to pick.
Right. So I have to try and figure out someone who hasn't been selected yet.
I'll scroll down here.
This player, we shall draft him. He's in the queue. He has a friend named Felipe. They like to dance the dirty bird when they score in the end zone.
Okay, so this is Atlanta here. Is it Marcus Mariota?
It is.
Wow, there we go. I like it. I wasn't, actually counting out the syllables there to check it.
Me neither. I just went with a short poem.
I know Bethany.
Will the chat allow it?
She's going to. I knew she was going to. Actually, you there. You were doing a limerick. I mean, people are allowing it. J Mike giving you the clap. I think you can. I think you can do it.
I like Nick's. It's a remix haiku.
All right. Let's go back to some of these suggestions for your wrestling. This is big stuff. It's a 4for4 betting sub that gives you the keys to the entire 4for4 castle. What's it going to be?
All right. Kevin Tompkins, he's already won, but he has an answer that I would legit like to see in real life with Bayley versus Sasha versus Charlotte versus Becky. I think that would be a dream WrestleMania match, but he's already won tonight, so we have to give it to someone else. The one, I'm not picking this one because he's a friend of mine, and I just want to give him free stuff, but Waz Pete Overzet versus Pat McAfee.
Wow.
Like I would legit watch that.
I mean, he's clearly a better wrestler than me. I mean, I think my cardio is probably a little better than him. I don't know how I like my chances there.
How can one dude be so talented at so many different things?
Okay. Anyone else jump out to you? Willis says Triple H versus The Undertaker. I do really like this J-Mike JT versus Sizzlin' Sal Stefanile after the shots fired across the bow tonight.
Did you know there used to be a jobber? Like, do you know what the term jobber is in wrestling?
No, I don't.
It's like basically like enhancement talent. They were always picked to lose matches all the time. So like,
so like
call him
a fall guy. Yeah.
And there was a guy back in the day. His ring name was Salvatore Sincere.
Salvatore Sincere. All right.
Isn't that a fantastic wrestling name?
How about Sweetie Pie Sal?
Sweetie Pie Sal. I think that would at least get me through the door for a tryout match.
Nick Silva says Silva versus Grass. That'd be pretty good. Trump versus Hillary. Jake, let's not get political, Jake. Let's just not get political. All right. Who's it going to be, Sal? You got to crown a winner here.
I have to give it to Waz. Like that one, if Waz doesn't want the prize, he wants to give it to someone else, he can tell me, but that was the best answer.
Okay. Congratulations, Waz. Wait, which one was it? Wasn't Roman Reigns
versus the Usos. It was Pete Overzet versus Pat McAfee.
All right. Let's go, Pat.
Pretty Pete Overzet versus I'm trying to think of another name. Phenomenal Pat McAfee.
I think I need something to kind of reinvigorate my career. I think a very big public beef with Pat McAfee followed by us duking it out in the ring would be great for business. Sal, I did just see this team come across the board here.
Are we done? Didn't we have another pick?
We don't. Marcus Mariota was your last pick. So Rob did say he wants you to pay it forward to Nick for saying Silva versus Grass. So Nick Bird.
So Nick, hit me up.
Nick, congratulations. You are the winner of the 4-4 betting sub. Sal, I do just want to recap this team before we wrap this up here. Jalen Hurts, Nick Mullins, Alex Taney, Marcus Mariota. Normally not a huge fan of 4 QB builds, but when 3 of them are Mullins,
4 for 4.
Oh my goodness, the symmetry there.
Running backs. Random?
Sal, I love your running backs. Aaron Jones, Leonard Fournette, Stevenson, Chase Edmonds, Damian Harris, Gus Edwards. I mean, very solid running back room.
I mean, we did get to handcuff the New England Patriots running back.
I believe I know who this is, Sal.
But
she wants to know, has the spice hit you yet?
The spice has not hit me. Not yet.
Is she in the room next door?
Wait till you get home. No, she left the house because I told her there might be some weird stuff happening.
She was just like, all right, I'll take your word.
I'm out of this. She watched the Hot Chips show, the one I did the hot sauce with Reeves. She knows what happens.
Yeah. I promise he's in good hands. He didn't eat or drink anything too foul. You'll be fine. Wide receiver, Sal. This is where there's some issues here. Braxton Berrios is your wide receiver 1. Darnell Mooney, KJ Hamler, Van Jefferson, William Fuller. I will say you did a pretty good job rounding it out with better and best ball picks.
You can tell a story with each of these picks, right? You got Zach Wilson's BFF once Zach Wilson is back. You have the only good receiver in Chicago. Mm-hmm. You have possibly the sleeper pick of the offseason for fantasy wide receivers, KJ Hamler. You have a guy named Van, which is always cool to have a guy with a cool name on your team. And William Fuller, once he signs with the Green Bay Packers, legit could be a top 12 fantasy receiver.
I'm with you. It checks out. And then who can complain about a Travis Kelce anchored tight end room, Cole Kmet, and then you have a locker room guy in Tim Tebow, saying a prayer before they head out there on the gridiron. I mean, I feel like it works out.
I mean, this is a team that has earned the Sweetie Pie moniker.
They certainly have. Have. Well, Sal, do you know who else earned the Sweetie Pie moniker tonight? That was you. An absolute tour de force performance punctuated by a rousing rendition of the Canadian National Anthem. Sal, obviously we need to follow Sal on Twitter at SalPal2. Make sure that we are replying to all of his tweets with thank you, sweetie. Obviously, you can find him over at 4for4 behind the 1s and 2s, making all of your favorite content happen. Anything else I'm forgetting here, Sal, other than your shirt that I owe you? or your
You don't owe me a shirt. You owe me a cool pup.
I know. Okay.
I already have the shirt. I did the randomizer. All I got with this T-shirt.
I get it. Anything else I'm forgetting?
I know you covered it all. I will say tomorrow, anybody who wants to continue the WrestleMania 39 unique contest, tweet at me with a bunch of ideas, and I'll give you a 4-4 swag package.
Ooh, okay. There you go. Chat, you guys were awesome tonight. Sal, you were awesome. Shout out to Underdog. Shout out to Fantasy Life. If you guys aren't subscribed to the newsletter, do so ASAP. We are in your inbox 5 days a week in the mornings. We'll be going to 7 days a week here soon with the start of the season. All kinds of good content and stuff going over there at the Fantasy Life newsletter. I am going to be heading over to the Ship Chasing YouTube channel here in just a few minutes. We are doing a draft with Sean Siegel. Truly the best in the biz at fantasy. Super excited to draft with him tonight. If you guys want to come hang out with us. And next week, we'll be back again with a slightly later time slot. Probably an 8:45 p.m. Eastern kickoff with Pat Corain. So start thinking about your prompts then. For Sal, I'm Pete. Thank you all for being such lovely, yes, sweetie pies.